or the story. And here we go. Hey, let's quickly recap our last episode 8 of Stranger in a Familiar Skin. John's exploration into his family's past, alongside his auntie in the Chiluba study, unraveled a series of profound revelations. Guided by an enigmatic letter and a mysterious photograph, they journeyed through memories and secrets, uncovering the complex life of John's grandfather. Amid a storm mirroring their discoveries, they delved into tales of bravery, secrets, and the family's deep roots in Zambia's history. Stay tuned as John embarks on a quest beyond the study, following the diary's cryptic clues to uncover his lineage's hidden truths. This journey is set to bridge generations, challenging history's shadows to reclaim his family's legacy. Here we go. Season 1, Episode 9. After spending the night in the Chiluba study, peeling back layers of his family's history, John was overwhelmed by a flood of emotions. The discoveries about his great-uncle and the man he had known as his grandfather, and the concealed truths of their family legacy had unleashed a torrent of doubts and questions. In need of a respite from the barrage of revelations, John sought solace in the quiet corners of the Chiluba house, distancing himself from the echoes of the past that haunted the study. In a less frequented corner of the Chiluba house, John sat engulfed in the shadows, the dim light casting a somber glow around him. The revelations about his great-uncle and the man he had known as his grandfather had bended his understanding of his family, leaving him adrift in a tumultuous sea of emotions. Anger, betrayal, and a profound sense of disillusionment warred within him. The walls of the house, once symbols of familial warmth and unity, now seemed to close in on him, echoing with the whispers of hidden truths. His sister Tawonga's entrance had added another layer of complexity to the already heavy atmosphere. Her presence, once a source of comfort and camaraderie, now served as a stark reminder of the secrets that had been kept from him.
John, I know how you feel.
Tawonga began, her voice laden with unspoken apologies.
But our family's history is not black and white. There are shades of gray that we never understood. I kept these secrets to protect us from the past, not realizing that it was a disservice to our future.
John looked at her, his eyes reflecting the turmoil of betrayal and confusion. Protect us, or protect the family name, he countered, the words laced with bitterness. Our entire life, we've been living in a narrative built on half-truths. How can we even know who we truly are? Tawonga approached him tentatively, her steps hesitant.
We are still the same family, John. Still, I love our bonds. They are not defined by the shadows of the past. I should have told you, but I was afraid of how these revelations would change everything.
The room was heavy with their conversation, the silence punctuated by the distant rumble of thunder from the storm outside. The sound seemed to mirror the chaos unfolding in John's heart. John stood up, pacing the room as he processed his sister's words. Our family's legacy. It's like a puzzle, and now we find there are missing pieces, hidden pieces. We need to put it all together, Tawonga. Not just for us, but for the generations to come. Tawonga nodded, her eyes shining with tears.
I agree, John. It's time we faced our history, embraced it, and learned from it. To ourselves and to our ancestors.
Together, they sifted through more of the family's memorabilia. Letters, diaries, and old photographs that had been stashed away in the study. Each item they uncovered added another piece to the complex puzzle of their family's past. There were stories of triumph and tragedy, of love and loss, each contributing to the rich tapestry of their heritage. As they delved deeper, they discovered old letters from the man they knew as their grandfather, a man whose life was enshrouded in mystery. These letters were laden with cryptic references to political intrigue and personal struggles, providing glimpses into a life intertwined with significant historical events. "Look at this," John said, holding up a tattered photograph. It showed their great-uncle with a group of men, their faces set with determination. This must have been taken during the struggle for independence. He was more involved than we ever knew. Tawonga leaned in, examining the photograph.
He was fighting for something greater, for our country's freedom. And yet somehow this part of his life was erased from our family's narrative.
The storm outside had now reached its peak, the wind howling against the windows, as if echoing the intensity of their discovery. In the midst of this tempest, John and Tawonga felt a strengthening bond, a shared purpose in unraveling the mysteries of their lineage. The night wore on as they continued their exploration. Each document, each photograph, brought them closer to understanding the true legacy of their family. They found tales of sacrifice, moments where their ancestors had to make difficult choices for the greater good. By dawn was breaking when they finally paused. The first light of day casting a new perspective on the room that had witnessed their journey through the night. The storm had passed, leaving a sense of calm and clarity in its wake. John looked at his sister, a newfound respect and understanding in his eyes. We have a lot to process, Tawonga, but I'm glad we're doing this together. Tawonga smiled, a mixture of relief and resolve in her expression.
Me too, John. It's time we embraced our family's full story, all its complexities.
As they left the room, stepping into the light of a new day, John and Tawonga knew that their journey was far from over. The revelations of the night had opened doors to new questions and paths to explore, but they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, armed with the truth and a renewed sense of unity. The Chiluba family's history, once shrouded in secrecy, was now beginning to unfold, and John and Tawonga were at the forefront of discovering it. They were determined to piece together the fragmented narrative to understand and reconcile with this quest for truth. Was not just about uncovering secrets. It was about healing old wounds and forging a new path for the Chiluba legacy. As they stepped out of the study, the early morning light bathed the house in a gentle glow. The night storm had washed the world clean, and everything seemed fresh and renewed. John and Tawonga, feeling a sense of solidarity, knew that their journey would not be easy. There would be challenges as they navigate the complex tapestry of their family's history, but they were ready to face them together. In the days that followed, they planned to reach out to other family members, gather more stories, and perhaps find more hidden letters or diaries. Each piece of information was a valuable part of the puzzle, bringing them closer to understanding the true essence of the Chiluba family. Their journey would also take them beyond the confines of their home. They planned to visit places significant to their family's history, to walk the paths their ancestors had trodden, and to see the world through their eyes. This journey was not just about looking back. It was about carrying the legacy forward, about honoring the past, while creating a future that reflected the lessons learned. John and Tawonga knew that this journey would change them. It would challenge their beliefs and perhaps alter their perceptions of who they were. But it was a journey they embraced wholeheartedly, for they realized that in understanding their past, they would be better equipped to shape their future. The Chiluba family's history, once veiled in shadows, was becoming a story of resilience, courage, and the enduring power of family. John and Tawonga, standing at the forefront of this revelation, were not just uncovering history. They were part of it, and they were determined to honor that legacy with the respect and love it deserved. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. Also, please share this story with your family and friends. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to discuss with me about the story, or indeed the series we've been featuring on this channel titled How to Build in Zambia While Living in the Diaspora, do get in touch. I'll make sure to respond to you. A quick reminder, our thrilling audiobook series, The Stranger in a Familiar Skin, is now available on all podcast platforms, including YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Don't miss out on this gripping series. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video or podcast.